Cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Buckeyes ready to get this thing started and open the season. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll leave it with him. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Let's talk for a minute about LSU. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so. And I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to. But having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk. And this team, they've tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs. And they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Wants to adjust the pattern. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So the last thing you want to do is start the game, first drive, go 3 and out. They won't do that here. They might go 4 and out, but they'll try to convert here. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they can win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dude.
Going for it all. Touchdown, Ohio State. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
They'll run play action. Keeps looking downfield. Bought a little time, lets it go. He's got the tight end. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down? Death Valley has a well-earned rep of being intimidating. It is nice to be the quarterback, to have everything on your side.
And have everything quiet. It's the loudest place by far that I ever played. I mean, for an entire game, they are on their feet, yelling, screaming. Now, listen, we can't play all the words they're yelling, Reese, but they are an intimidating crowd.
And the Tigers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Pulls it and fires to the left. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. All right, guys, let's talk LSU. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator.
Looking for a huge play. Makes the catch. First down and maybe a little more. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people.
And he loses the football on the return. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
You know, fumbles really just comes down to luck. Oblong-shaped ball just can bounce any which way whatsoever. And offense right there, very lucky that one went out of bounds.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Gets it out fast. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. This time on target. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Early in the game, as a DB, I'm settling in. It's okay if I give up 4, 6, 7 yards. I'm just trying to get settled in, gauge the speed, and then later on, I can adjust to the speed of the game.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. At the 40, there he goes. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, he comes up with a huge first down.
When the offense gets in those multiple tight end looks, you kind of have a good understanding of what's coming. You don't know where the ball's going necessarily, but they put those big old bodies in there to block, to move people, to put more mass on the field, especially once you can.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. The give to the tailback. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter.
Second down. Okay, ready?
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. They've switched ends of the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the second. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28. Now, guys, when it comes to LSU, everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Rolling right and going deep. Hits him inside the 20, still going. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
LSU lining up 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown LSU! Fit it in the window for the score.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much...
Breaks away on the left. Running inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, the big top 15 battle is underway, and it's been very interesting so far. Oregon is in trouble right now, and unless something drastic changes, we're looking at foie gras on the menu tonight in Eugene. They're trailing by 14 to Penn State. We'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own, a chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him,
there he goes. Oh, he thought for sure he was going to be able to house that one, but a huge pickup all the way down to the 12. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards. We're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
They go to the ground. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Back to the ground with the running back. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Here comes the heat. They're happy enough to try to take the points as the field goal unit heads out. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
and you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quick handoff. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And the Buckeyes headed quickly to the line.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Defense showing blitz here. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Back to pass on 2nd down. They get to him as he throws. Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down.
Man, it's nice having a QB that is going to hang in there. You can tell, hanging in there, he knows he's going to get hit, right? If I'm going to get hit, I might as well make a completion. Great job hanging in there, throwing the football on target and getting the completion.
Laundry down on the field as the pass is incomplete, but let's see what the penalty is. You can grab, but you can't hold on. A defensive holding penalty will give this offense a first down. 3 yards, first down for the offense after that penalty. Oh, better look out! Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And this is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that first down.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. from the gun. The running back tries to hit the hole. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Back to pass. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge third down coming. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Right down the boulevard, it's good. Now up by 7 points here in the second.
And I like the way this defense just finished. And I know they're trailing, but they didn't give up the touchdown. Got a little bit of momentum. Not much time left in this first half, but you got halftime to make some adjustments, come out with some energy, but a nice stop here.
Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Going right to work up top. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
For the 3rd straight play, the pass falls incomplete.
You know, it's funny. That's probably the most discombobulated the offense has looked so far in this game, right? After watching that incompletion there on 3rd down, they were just up and down the field earlier. Tremendous rhythm, tremendous balance. Everything their play caller was dialing up, was working, lighting up the scoreboard. And then all of a sudden on this last drive, just not able to piece it together. They've got to be able to turn the page and get back to how they looked earlier in the game.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around.
All right, that's a play that I'd like to see the quarterback just take off and run it himself. And I love his mindset. He's thinking to himself, I'm going to throw this, we're going to get this 1st down, I have a play, but sometimes you just got to know, man, at this point, I'm out here on the perimeter. It's just me and these defenders one-on-one. I've got to trust in my speed and my athleticism to go make this one.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Good right down the boulevard. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They ought to have some confidence based on that first half performance, but they certainly can't let up in a game like this.
And I think...
Oh, it's picked off. That's not the start they hoped for. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Buckeyes. What a play by by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Trailing now by 17, David, this is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17, it's not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Unsuccessful second down, and now I'm immediately thinking, I got a little bit more than I want, so what are my pass plays? What am I going to get into here offensively to try to have success on third down?
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Looking for the goal line. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Didn't get enough to move the sticks, but enough to leave them with the decision.
And the defense did a great job. Understanding the sticks, rallying to the football, getting them on the ground. And you're right, Reese. 4th and short, that means decision time. Or, for us, green light. Go for it.
4th down and inches, and you go read any book you want to, any analytical measure, and it will tell you, go for it. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Great job by the defense there on 4th down. I'll say this, QB sneaks are not a guaranteed play that you're going to get on offense. Everybody thinks it is. You dial it up, it's an automatic first. Not the case. That time, the defensive line was lower. They got more push. And there was just nowhere for the quarterback to go. Great job by the defense.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him stopped, and this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
Man, that dude just hits the gas and just goes. How nice is it as an offensive coordinator to have a quarterback that you can run just like a tailback? And you got a tailback in the backfield with him all the time, and he can throw so many options, but you just see the speed when he hits the gas, and it is really nice.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative, and that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there, so instead of throwing it away, getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Good, solid pickup on that one. They got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
The Tigers are moving quickly down the field. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. On the move to the right and looking for a big one.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
On fourth down, looking for the completion. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Great coverage on that fourth down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Most offensive schemes are predicated on first down productivity. That will not go down as a productive first down play.
No, it will not, Reese. Give this defensive line credit because they were able to get penetration right off the snap and force a negative play.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Caught near the sideline, it's Peace. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33. On the run, it's Hicks. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Incomplete. Looked as if he had his man, but just a misfire from this senior.
This is going to be a key that we look at this entire game. How can this defense find ways to affect this quarterback and get pressure on him? Because they felt coming into the game, if they could do that, they could affect him and influence this passing game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Alabama has the lead right now, but this Tide crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet here inside Bryant-Denny. They're up by 4 over Arizona. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time where you need to be able to score some points. So either...
There he goes! They mark him out of bounds at the 42, and they're on the move.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on first and... Oh, he's got some space. Brings him down at the 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a first down for this offense.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football, create balance, and right here just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Rolling, throwing, looking right. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And it's just a bad decision by the quarterback. I get that he's outside the pocket, the play's breaking down, but you can't force it into your top receiver. If he's not open, you got to throw it away. The defense took advantage with the interception.
Looking downfield on first down. And the pass is incomplete as the final play of the third quarter. Fourth quarter is coming. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So the final period starts with a second down play. The give out of the gun. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Got it in the middle. It's Huber. Stop is made at the 44, but it's a 15-yard gain and a first down. He just keeps piling up numbers with completion after completion in this standout performance.
And I think some people might say late in the game, you got the win, everything's at hand, be a little bit conservative, or you just say, I'm just going to keep doing me. And what I do with this offense is throw the football all over the yard, and I'm going to try to win me a big trophy at the end of the year.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the tight end. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming.
Know where to go, and the ball is loose. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. Look at the big fella roll. Inside the touchdown, LSU. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
It's really hard as a quarterback because you got your eyes downfield. You're trying to find an open guy. You're trying to negotiate the rush, and all of a sudden people are swatting at the ball. They hit you, they knock it out. Got to do a better job next time of keeping 2 hands on the ball so you don't get it scooped and scored like what happened right there.
And he makes the extra point. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. The hand to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Going to swing it on second down. Quick strike complete. Turning it on. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Ohio State. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And I just love what I'm seeing from this team. Like, going on the road, game one, where you're still figuring out who you are and what you do well. Another scoring drive by this offense. Looks like they're going to get the dub in a hostile environment to start the season.
They want to throw it. And the misfire goes out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, and the defense comes up with the stop, and you just wonder, the analytics world and all that stuff, that whatever the card says to do, you're supposed to do. I wonder if they were listening to that card.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he...
Just steamrolling the defense. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he has had zero rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
Pressure coming. The short hands. It's Darnold. A big gain as he goes out of bounds on the last play before the 2-minute timeout. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
This time it's complete. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
The one thing you know about this offense, they're going to keep fighting, right? They're down on the scoreboard right now, but they're trying everything they can. Nice job there, finding a way to score that touchdown. And listen, we've seen crazier things happen before in college football. This thing ain't over until there's zeros on the clock.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. They are running out of time here. They need to get the ball back. They'll line up for the onside kick. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. There he goes. Makes it past the marker. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That score looks as if this one might have put it a little too far out of reach.
Yeah, this game's pretty much over. That was just the icing on the cake. But, you know, speaking of cake, I'm kind of hungry. Can we get out of here? Can we finish this game so I can go get something to eat?
And the extra point right down the boulevard is there now, up 20 in the fourth. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. He'll start this drive going to the air. On target over the middle. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
And it's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the fourth quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback may change this route. On third and long, try to convert through the air. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on fourth down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on fourth down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
The incomplete pass, fourth down, fails, and they'll turn it over. The give to the back. Look out, he's got room. He has the first and still on his feet. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the route is on.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
He's got it. Two-point try is good as they build on this lead.
58, LSU, 30.
Here he comes. This is a gamble. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Wants to go up top on first down. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain. LSU quick to the line. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. He wants a big play here late. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
They make the stop, and the clock strikes 0, and that will do it for this one. Guys, I think we all expected this game to be close. A couple of teams of this caliber, but boy, what a statement by the underdog in this one.
And there's going to be a big movement in the rankings after that performance. That team that got the win today, they are going to get moved ahead of their opponent. It's one thing to beat a ranked opponent, David. It's one thing to blow the doors off of them. That was impressive.
It's impressive. It's huge for them. Obviously, we know what's going to happen when they're going to move up the charts, but the other side is equally as depressing. I mean, they're going to fall like a rock. This wasn't even a competitive game. This is a bad day, and the rankings will reflect it when they come out.